Hello, I'm Thomas, and today I'm reviewing the Razer Blackshark V2 X. You've probably heard of this guy, as most people lost their minds when it was released, and it has taken the gaming market by storm. In this review, I'll discuss if it's worth the hype or not by going over the different versions, the build quality, the design, the comfort, the mic quality, the sound quality for both single-player gaming, multiplayer gaming / competitive gaming, and media use and music, and then finish it all up with a conclusion. So, let's get nerdy. Quick disclaimer, I did buy this headset with my own money, so there is absolutely no bias in this review, even though I keep all of my reviews completely unbiased anyways. So starting off with the versions, there are 3 different versions of this headset. If you're interested in a quick snapshot of those versions, check the description down below where I go over them briefly, so you know which one you should pick up depending on your specific price point and preferences. So moving on to build quality / design / comfort, most of this headset is made from plastic, making it weigh 240 grams, which is pretty light. Each ear cup has a mild glossy black texture with the Razer logo in the middle, trying to be all stealthy, but still noticeable with its shiny black gloss. I think it looks pretty classy. On the other side of the ear cups, you have your breathable memory foam ear cushions. They don't get hot after prolonged use, and they offer a good amount of passive noise isolation. They're quite soft and malleable. Ear cup size is good, allowing it to fit a wide array of ear sizes and shapes by being 2.5 inches tall, 1.5 inches wide, and 1 inch deep. The inside of the ear cup has some mild padding before you hit the driver. Moving downward, you have the microphone, which is not removable, but is quite malleable. You will notice it in your peripheral vision when you aren't actively using it, which drives me slightly mad. Seriously, it annoys the crap out of me. The cable is also not removable, so once it breaks, it is game over. The cable is covered in green rubber, is relatively stiff, and about 4.27 feet. It ends in a single 3.5mm 4-pole aux port, but it does come with a nice PC splitter that separates the mic and audio ports. Moving upward, we have a unique adjustable headband where you have 2 metal wires that connect to a plastic joint. This plastic joint has been awarded the spot most likely to break on this guy, so I'd be a bit careful with it, but still find it to be quite strong. This is critical for comfort as it allows the ear cups to move in all directions to fit a variety of different head shapes, while also being able to move up and down to fit small to very large head. The movement is smooth but not precise, or if I'm trying to be exact, I find it hopping on me. Every time I put on the headset, I need to adjust it, which takes less than a second, which isn't a big deal, but can become cumbersome over time. Some people have expressed concern with this green cable in the middle snapping, but there is enough give there that I'm not really worried about it stripping or pulling apart from the headset from normal use, and I'm not really sure how you'd cut it outside of being deliberate. Overall clamping force is light, where if you headbang hard enough, your headset will go meet the rock gods themselves after flying off your head. The top of the headband is made from leather with a good amount of padding, so you shouldn't notice any discomfort on the top of your head due to the spacious ear cup design, adjustable headband, light clamping force, well-padded headband, and lightweight design. It is a very comfortable headset that you can easily wear for a long period of time without any discomfort anywhere on your head, as pressure points are evenly spread out. In fact, it is so comfortable that you may even forget that it is there. I'd give the overall comfort an 8.5 out of 10. I'd give the overall build quality an 8 out of 10, as I don't notice any creaking on the headset. There is minimal microphonics from the cable. The volume wheel is solid without wobble or noise in the ear cup, but I am still concerned about the adjustable headband snapping or breaking over time due to the plastic design and it feeling lightweight. It can feel cheap in the hand, and I'm not really sure how it would fare after a drop on hard ground. I'm sure it would be just fine, but I figured I'd mention it. Moving on to the controls are simple and intuitive. They are on the left ear cup only. First up is the mic mute. On the back side of the left ear cup, you simply press it to mute and press it again to unmute. It takes a light force, moves a moderate amount, it doesn't wobble, and stays pressed when hot and out when muted. I like it. The volume knob is smack dab in the middle of the left ear cup and sticks out like a sore thumb. If you turn it away from you, it will increase the volume. If you turn it behind you, it reduces the volume. In the middle, there's a click to notify you that you are at 50% volume. Nice. Overall operation is very smooth and precise. It doesn't wobble or make any noise in the left ear cup. I like it a lot. Moving on to the mic quality. The microphones are the same on the Blackshark V2 X and the Blackshark V2, but different on the Blackshark V2 Pro. The Blackshark V2 and the V2 X both use a cardioid mic. The V2 Pro uses a super cardioid mic, meaning they all have a cardioid pattern like an upside down heart, which does a good job at rejecting noises to the side and the back of the microphone while focusing on what's right in front of it. The V2 Pro also has a larger diaphragm, allowing it to be more sensitive to low frequency, which is noticeably absent on the V2 and the V2X, which is its biggest downfall and why I don't think it sounds very good. Additionally, the V2 and the V2 Pro are supported by Razer Synapse 3, allowing you to be able to adjust ambient noise reduction, vocal clarity, volume normalization, mic equalizer, and voice gate, which can improve the sound quality if you are willing to take the time to mess with it, which is absent on the V2X since it only supports 3.5mm aux and can't be seen by the software due to having no drivers. I'm now going to do a quick sound test of the microphone. All right, so I've switched on over to the Blackshark V2 X microphone. I am recording this through my Go XLR Mini. However, I have none of the gate or the equalizer or the compressor turned on, so it is completely stock settings. However, I do have my mic set up for the 3.5mm at 30 decibels, and inside my mixer itself, I have it at 75% volume, which is where I always have all of my microphones. So the actual loudness of this microphone may be a little bit different for you on your own personal setup, but it should sound relatively the same. And then obviously, people's voices also can sound better or worse on a microphone. So this is just kind of a surface level test. One last test that I want to do is to test the noise cancellation. So that was me snapping pretty loud right on the other side. This is me typing on a keyboard. That will hopefully not mess anything up. That's me pressing pretty hard, and now I'm just going to shut up and get a overall baseline of how much noise there is. You'll also be able to tell that some of the plosives do kind of a poor job. You can rectify that by just making sure that the microphone isn't as in front of your face, which is me moving it a little bit away, but I think that that kind of takes away some of the sound quality as well. So, I don't know, your discretion, but that's the end of the tests. I am on the fence about this microphone. The capsule they are using is high quality and it is Discord certified, but you can hear that there is some compression happening and it focuses too much on the treble side of the voice, making you sound robotic, tinny, and not so great by having an almost non-existent low end. That low end is what causes a voice to come across as warm and welcoming, which means I need your help by letting me know and anyone else who is watching this video know your opinions on how good or bad this microphone sounds in the comment section down below. As the more people that comment, the more of a consensus we all get. I'll do a pinned comment that you can put your answers all below, so that way you don't have to continue to scroll and we can all find it in the same place, because I really am very interested in knowing what you think of this microphone, because I honestly can't tell. Part of me wants to say that yes, it sounds pretty good, but a little bit tinny and robotic, and I also get some like peaking in it when I shouldn't be, but I really just don't know what to think about it. So I need your opinion. Moving on to the sound quality, we're about to get nerdy by diving into what could arguably be labeled as marketing, but I find fascinating and valuable. These use Razer's Triforce 50mm drivers, which are quite interesting. Under the diaphragm, they have dedicated tuning ports for each frequency range, highs, mids, and lows, to try and give a clear, more natural mid-range, brighter, crisper treble, more powerful bass, and to prevent muddiness and distortion at higher volumes, which sounds very similar to the balanced armature technology that in-ear monitors use, but those tend to suffer from muddiness at high volumes as the sound waves kind of crash into each other. I do notice some muddiness in general with the V2X, so I'm wondering if the same thing is happening here. The V2 and the V2 Pro use a titanium-coated diaphragm that is a bit stiffer for better resonance, which increases sound quality. Also, as mentioned before, the V2 and the V2 Pro are supported in Razer Synapse 3, which allows you to use bass boost, sound normalization, voice clarity, and an audio equalizer, which to me are mostly gimmicky features, but some people go absolutely wild for their EQs. Anyways, enough with the nerd talk. The tech appears to be there, but how does it actually sound in real world? I judge my headphones in 4 different categories. The first category is single player gaming, the second is multiplayer gaming, the third is music, and the fourth is multimedia, as I feel like headsets have different use cases depending on things. Obviously, with this being a gaming headset, it should be more focused on single player and multiplayer gaming than media, but I find that there's a lot of overlap as well. This headphone is relatively balanced and airy, meaning that mids, highs, and lows are all about equal, and they sound good and accurate with fun game-centered tuning. There is a bit more focus on bass and lower mids, which causes a bit of muddiness and congestion. This gets in the way of competitive gaming, where certain sounds will blend together or not be audible when a lot is going on, and lessens the ability to hear footsteps and other crisp audio cues, even when things are quiet, which means this isn't a good choice for competitive gaming, but will get the job done if you aren't super prioritized on that. If you are really focused on competitive gaming, I would look at a different headset. So if you are looking at a headset for that specific feature, competitive gaming, you may want to look into the Logitech G335, and I do have a review of that on my channel that will be linked down in the description because I think that game is excellent for competitive gaming, but not super good for single player gaming. With that said, that tuning is what makes it great for single player, music, and media listening, as there is warmth to voices and good low end response for explosions, gunshots, and other low end sounds. It also just immediately sounds good and enjoyable, making you get lost in the game. Imaging/directional audio is above average, which also adds to the enjoyment of the immersion, but isn't great, which again leads to it being a poor choice for competitive gaming and kind of takes you out of the gaming world because you don't hear as good of directional audio as you do in real life. I think most people will enjoy the sound of these, and I rate them for the price range an 8 out of 10. Do take that all with a grain of salt, as our ears are different and as is the way that we perceive sound. So once again, I think these are great for single player gaming, media watching, and music, but not so good for competitive gaming, because for competitive gaming, you can't really hear footsteps very well or reloads or other cues to alert you of the enemy, and the directional sound isn't super good, so you don't have really good directional audio. So moving on to the conclusion, this headset does nearly everything right. It has good build quality, comfort, and controls. You can easily wear this headset for long play sessions or as your primary headset when doing things on your PC or console. With it being a 3.5mm port, it works on nearly everything. The cord is comfortable and a good length with minimal microphonics. I think most people will enjoy the sound for these for multimedia, music, and single player gaming, but I wouldn't recommend it for competitive gaming. The one negative I have is that the microphone is so-so. It also isn't removable, and due to that, when I'm not chatting with friends, it drives me mad by always being in my peripheral vision or by getting in my way when I'm just chilling and trying to watch videos and I put my hand on the head. It's just, it's there. It's always there, making me want to cut it off. But in the end, it is a recommendation for me and should be on the list to check out depending on your priorities of what you're looking for in a headset. I can see why these are so popular, especially for the average non-competitive gamer. If you'd like to support this channel a little bit more and you're buying this product off of Amazon, I do have an Amazon Associates link down in the description that I would be very appreciative if you would use. Of course, you by no means need to use that link, but it does help out this channel. If you like this video, leave a like. If you did not like this video, leave a dislike. And of course, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more like this. Hit up my social media if you'd like. I will see you and your beautiful face on the next one. God bless and peace out.